Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Wednesday, November 7, 2018, and here are some of today's trends in the news. After the midterm elections, over there in Asia, Nikkei down a bit, Shanghai down a bit, Hang Seng up a bit. But with the numbers coming in, with the midterm elections in the U.S., Europe's up, Dow way up, NASDAQ up, oil down, gold down a bit, Bitcoin up a bit. So what happened? S&P 500 and Dow's surge in best rally after midterm elections since 1982. It was the Reagan years. U.S. stocks closed broadly higher on Wednesday after the midterm election results came in about as expected. That's right. So, really no shock here, but here's the deal. Read it in your trend alert. Your trend alert. These trends will impact markets more than midterm elections. Since 1946, regardless of which party won, U.S. stocks were higher 12 months after every single one. And in the year following the midterm elections, stocks rose an average of 17%. So there you got it. Or do you got it? Because there's other things going on. And we show you what the three factors are that are going to drive these markets. And you know one of them, interest rates. Number 2, earnings. And number 3, oil. Oh, oil prices. Whew, keep going down. That's right. Those sanctions that Trump put on Iran, and he gave a number of countries breaks on them, and they're saying, there's a lot of supply out there, and new numbers came out today in the United States. Oil drops to 8-month low because of U.S. crude output hit another record, and domestic inventories rose more than expected. But there's talk coming out of Russia and Saudi Arabia that, we may cut back on production because they don't want to see oil prices go too low. So are we near the bottom of oil prices? Those are the three things that we see that are going to be directing the markets. Yes, the markets have gone up since 1946, but this is a whole new world order. And interest rates are ruling that world order at this time. Gold went up a little bit, down a little bit. Nothing really, a little bit, because the dollar got a little bit weaker, but not a lot of movement. So we got to see what's going to happen over here as we move forward. And on some other news on the market fronts, defense stocks are also among the expected winners from a divided Congress, as it is one of the areas Democrats and Trumps may find common ground. Democrats agreed to a Defense Department budget increase for fiscal year 2019. That's right. 41 Democratic senators voted for that bill. Only 7 voted against. 139 in the House voted for it. Only 49 voted against it. Here's the story. Not a peep about peace. Not a peep about ending the longest war in American history by these little lowlives that people love to call Republicans and Democrats. Not a peep from them. As a matter of fact, on the Democratic end, and why the defense numbers look good, hey, they brought some peoples in there from the CIA, military, industrial, intelligence complex. Yeah, about 10 of them. That's right. Isn't that great? Military people running America. Not my trip, maybe yours. And that's where we're going. Not a peep about peace. So why occupy peace when they just want war? But if you want to occupy peace, go to www.occupypeace.com and help us move the peace movement forward while everyone else is deserting it. But maybe you want your money to go to them other countries to slaughter innocent people by the millions and cost you trillions. That could be your trip, not mine. Hell, and speaking about trip, that cat is high. Oh man, that cat is high. Higher than the sky. Remember the people, the first magazine to tell you about reefer, money, madness, and now it's gotten a bit madder. That's right. Marijuana stocks are boom, boom, booming because today Trump said bye, bye, bye to Sessions, the Attorney General. But as you well know, we always said all along he would have no influence in the booming marijuana business, and he didn't, regardless of what he said. Now he's gone. Oh, a couple of states, they got, in Michigan, you could get high and it's okay. A couple of other states, they passed marijuana laws where you could finally use medical marijuana because you're not allowed to use anything grown by nature. We got to manufacture it by big pharma with a lot of chemicals. Chemicals, right. Yeah, so anyway, this is just the beginning. States want the dough, and marijuana brings it in. Remember what I said. We are in the early stages, regardless of what the markets are showing, of a stage 1 recession. Mortgage applications dropped to 4-year low as interest rates hit 8-year high. Yep. Keep talking about getting high. They plunged 16% from a year ago, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Mortgage applications to purchase a home fell 5% for the week to the lowest level in 2 years. And what else do we have here? The average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed increased to 5.15% from 5.11%. Mortgage applications to refinance home loans have been falling for more than a year and fell 3% more last week. Volume, you ready? Down 33% from a year ago. The refinance share of mortgage activity decreased 39.1% of total applications. Housing sentiment falls to lowest in a year. This is just today, by the way. Fell to the lowest level in a year in October, according to Fannie Mae, a sizable 5 percentage points down. That tied the survey's second lowest reading in its history. The data are a sharp turnaround from last spring, where confidence in the U.S. housing market was soaring, mortgage rates were relatively low, and the economy was flying high. Fewer consumers now expect home prices to rise. Few people now believe mortgage rates will fall back to recent lows. In fact, rates have continued to rise over the last week, putting pressure on mortgage application volume, as I mentioned. That's what's going on. And it's bigger than America. Again, you can't take higher interest rates. It's all in your Trends Journal, the reasons why. Currencies get weaker. There's $250 trillion worth of global debt. The lower their currencies go, the more they have to pay off. And it's global. It's bigger than America. Dubai real estate brokers earned 35% less commission in the first 9 months. You can see where this is going. China holds out olive branch to U.S. on trade after Xi blast. Xi blast, that's President Xi of China. Beijing ready for talks to avoid mutual damage, says President's confidant. That's the Chinese president. That's the confidant. Beijing is ready to talk with Washington to resolve their trade disputes, a top Chinese official said today, after President Xi denounced, quote, law of the jungle policies in comments seen as an attack on President Trump's approach. They have a $375 billion merchandise trade surplus with the United States. You think they're going to stop doing business? Who would do business under these kind of conditions? And Trump won this election. So forget what you're hearing from the stupid prostitutes, and you know that I'm a political atheist. I don't like any of them. So it's not like I'm saying, oh, I like Trump. It has nothing to do with that. Because here's the facts. folks. Hey, speaking of folks, that Obama was folksing everybody during this campaign, wasn't he? Yeah. Folks, you got it. This is the most critical election of my lifetime. Folks. He was folking all over the country. In 2010, United States elections were held in the middle of Democratic President Barack Obama's first term. Approximately 82.5 million people voted. The Democratic Party suffered massive defeats in many national and state-level elections. Although the president's party usually loses congressional, statewide, and local seats in midterm elections, and that's a fact, by the way, on average, since going back to 1862, the ruling party loses about 30 seats in the House. And that's just about what they lost in this election. That's average. But Obama, the Nobel Peace and Crap Prize winner, the murderer Obama, quote, I'm really good at killing people, talking about his drone strikes, and quoted in the book Double Down. His second year, because people saw what a fraud he was, and they have attention deficit disorder now, they love Obama, but really not that much, considering how the election just went. The Republican Party back then gained 63 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives, making it the largest seat change since 1948 and the largest of any midterm election since 1938. The Republicans gained 6 seats in the U.S. Senate. They also gained 680 seats in state legislative races to break the previous majority record of 628 seats set by Democrats in the post-Watergate elections of 1974. Obama failed. He failed. Here's the facts. He held campaign rallies for losing candidates in Indiana, Senator Joe Donnelly, Democratic candidate for governor Richard Cordray in Ohio, Democratic candidate for governor in Florida, Andrew Gillum, and Democratic candidate for governor in Georgia, Stacey Abrams. But she's saying that she's not going to give it up yet. She wants a vote recount. And by the way, Oprah was there too, so maybe Obama and Oprah. Remember, it was Oprah that made Obama. She never, ever supported a presidential candidate. And as I said now at Trends Journal, when Oprah took Obama under her wing, man, he was down in the polls against Clinton at the time, back in 2007. But being trained by Oprah, he knew how to look into that camera and lie with that arrogant face of his. And I was on Oprah twice, and I've been on all the shows. No one put on a show like Oprah. She is the queen of TV in that realm, and she knows what she's doing, and she did it with Obama. So, technical problems extend wait time in New York City. New York City voters braced for long lines at the polls on Election Day, but they weren't expecting broken machines to throw a glitch. That we have to go to polling places to vote, and these arrogant little clowns for one day acted really important, is a joke, man. Blockchain technology, we could have blockchain democracy. If you could transfer zillions of dollars a year through blockchain and other kinds of blockchain transactions where it's blocked when you make it, we could vote online. Oh, but they'll hack into it. Oh, yeah, the Russians hacked into this one, too. Yeah. Again, no proof of anything that they ever hacked in. It's our assumption, our belief. It's our lying crap. But anyway, blockchain democracy, we vote rather than a bunch of slimy little politicians that you got in office now. The same crew of jerks and jerk-offers. I don't want to say jerk-offs because then that would be improper. But that guy that they love over there, over in Texas, who lost to Ted Cruz. Can you imagine losing to Ted Cruz? And this guy was, he was the Democratic champion, this guy O'Rourke. Yep. Following a narrow defeat in the Senate race to Republican Ted Cruz in Texas, O'Rourke The celebrity-backed Democrat and former punk rocker told his hometown supporters in El Paso, quote, "Tonight's loss does nothing to diminish the way I feel about Texas or this country. I'm so effing proud of you guys." And he was allowed to say that on NBC. But when I say jerk-offs, oh, that's bad. It is the greatness to which we aspire and the work we are willing to put in it to achieve it by which we will be known going forward. This campaign, O'Rourke said, holds a very special place in history of this country. You know what that is.
That was bullshit.
It's bullshit. It holds no place in history. Punk crap from a punk rocker, one loser after another. America got it, man. Republicans and Democrats, murderers and thieves. Not one candidate talking about ending the wars in Afghanistan, bringing home the troops, forcing Congress to vote to go to war, and having initiatives on each ballot where we, the people, through blockchain democracy, will tell Congress how to vote. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.